Hi, it's Carol Dirty. Welcome to today's Tuesday tip. We're going to be talking about how do you find balance at your workplace. And I don't mean work-life balance, that's important, but how do you find the balance between all the expectations that get dumped on you at work? As a woman in STEM, I found it so hard at times to figure out, am I being too bossy? Am I being too meek? Am I being too loud, too quiet, too professional? And I've been accused of being super professional, but too professional, too casual, too formal. All of those things, it's a balancing act that can be so hard to figure out. So let's talk about that. And I really want to talk about the one about being too bossy or too meek. Because women, when we're being assertive and we're taking charge of a situation that often we're responsible for and we've been told to take care of, we're called bossy. What? You want to get stuff done, and yet when we're directing the activities and we're, taking charge of the situation, we're told we're bossy. I don't know about you, but that one makes me a little crazy. Because how do you find that balance? How do I not be too bossy, but yet get things done? Because what I've seen so often is women are told they're too bossy, so they step back and they'll say kind of, well, okay, fine, I'll let other people do it. And I won't be as bossy, I won't be as direct. And then they come across as weak, meek, and a doormat. That doesn't work either. People need to see you being confident and competent and capable. They want that, and yet they get frustrated if they think you're being bossy. It's kind of a no-win situation, but there is a line that you walk where you can find that balance. And that balance is going to change depending on who you're dealing with. And I'm sorry to say you can't figure out, okay, if I'm always like this, it will work because different people are going to react differently to you. I'm sorry. But that's kind of the reality of the situation. So instead, let's talk about how do you, strike that not being too bossy, but not being too meek. What I found really works is to be very direct, not brutally blunt, like I've been. Talked about that last week about, where I was accused of being brutally blunt, and I had to learn that you didn't need to hit everybody upside the head with a 2x4 to get your point across. It doesn't have to be that way. You can be direct. And being direct in this way is being very specific. Bob, I need you to take care of X, and I need it done by 3 o'clock on Tuesday. Or, Sue, it's going to be your responsibility to make sure this happens. I'm going to give you control of that, but it needs to be done by the 1st of September. Are there any issues with that? That's not being super bossy. You're giving them control. You're being clear on the expectations, but you're giving them some control over what's going on. And I think that's the key. Often women, and if you have little kids, it's really easy to default to this, is you want to micromanage. If you have toddlers or you have had toddlers, you understand how sometimes you have to kind of walk them through step by step what they have to do. Their little brains are developing. They don't know. If you say, do these 5 things, they're going to get number 1 and maybe number 5 or number 3. They're not going to get all of them. And the reason for that is they just can't comprehend all those things. They can't process as fast as we can. So they can't keep that going. And often I found myself doing this when my kids were little or when they were teenagers. And I would bring this into work and I would tell people all the steps they need to take. Well, then I was being a micromanager. I was being super controlling, and people saw me as being too bossy. Well, I was. I'm not managing a toddler. When we're at work and we're giving direction to people, even though sometimes they may act like little kids, really are adults, and we need to treat them adults. I don't like being micromanaged. The worst boss in the world for me is a micromanager. And so we can't micromanage people. But that doesn't mean we can't have expectations. Hey, Joe, I need you to take care of the situation with this supplier. If you have any questions, have any problems, let me know. I can debrief you on what I've done or what I know of the situation. But it's yours. I want you to take care of it. Tomorrow, give me an update on how it's going. There, I've given direction. I've given Joe what he needs to do. And I've said, I'm here to help you, but it's yours. Go get it done. Make it happen. If you're a Star Trek Next Generation fan, and I used to watch a lot of those, was make it so. Number one, make it so. And it's kind of that sort of thing. Setting the direction, setting the vision, and then giving people the power to go make it happen. And when you do that, and when you're clear and you're empathetic and your door is open for people to come ask questions, it softens that bossiness, but it's still setting expectations and expecting results. And it allows you to hold people accountable. When you're doing that, you're not meek, you're not weak, and you're not a doormat. So if you're not nagging and you're not directing every little step they have to take, then you're striking that perfect balance between being bossy and being meek or weak. And that's the kind of balance that we struggle with, particularly women. And I know it's very, very true for women in STEM because we're in such a male-dominated industry. And our workplaces are predominantly men. There were times when I was the only woman or the only woman engineer. And so being directive, being assertive, giving direction to people was tough. They didn't always want to hear it from me because I'm the girl. And it didn't help when I was younger than most of the guys' kids. They didn't want to hear it from the young girl. What did she know? Why is she telling me to do this? Well, if you come from that place of having confidence in your authority, confidence that you're asking them to do, and confidence in their ability to get it done, it changes that dynamic. It's not me ordering them around, bossing them around, telling them all the things they have to do. It's me setting the direction and say, let's go make it happen. And that's a big key. And a piece of that I alluded to is holding people capable. I like to, instead of holding people responsible, I like to have a mindset of holding people capable. So that's me believing that they're capable of doing what they're being asked to do. If I do that, and I really do get that in my mindset, it's up here in my head, that they're capable, then that comes through in what I'm doing. And they're going to hear that I believe they're capable. And here's the vision, here's the direction, go make it so. Guess what? They're going to believe that. They're not going to feel like you're bossing them around. They're going to feel like you're empowering them to get things done. That's how you navigate that balance, the kind of that, seesaw between being bossy and being meek, being bossy, being meek. Which way are you going? Finding that perfect balance is a lot about giving direction, allowing people to go make it happen, and holding them accountable for making it happen. That's the trick that I found worked for me. Hope this tip helps you. Sign up on insider.caroldoherty.2 to get notification when videos are out. Hope to see you around. Have a great Tuesday.